Why do you do Laundromat Resource? Now, I've kind of shared some of this before, but a big part of why I do what I do is because I had such a bad experience getting in the industry. And I really, really think that this business is a great business and it can be a quick path to wealth if you do it correctly. And so, not like a get rich quick kind of scheme, but faster than just about any other way that I know of, while still being relatively side job passive. I mean, it's not passive at all, but you know what I mean? Like, it's not super time intensive. So I really believe that, but I had such a bad experience and I want to make sure that nobody else has this experience and will find, that wealth, that financial freedom, that financial independence, help you achieve your goals much quicker without having to learn lessons the way that I had to learn them. So that's a big part of why I do what I do. But again, I also think that there is a lot of room for growth in this industry. And I wanted to kind of help propel some of that growth forward. Even more than that, I love getting to know other people, hearing their stories and learning from them. And, to be honest, a little bit selfishly, part of why I do this is to get to know people who are doing awesome things and learning from them and growing from them. And man, I've been enjoying every second of that. The podcast guests that we've had on have all been incredible. I've taken at least one thing away from every single one of them. I encourage you guys to do that every episode. Take something and implement it. So it's been really cool. So many of the people that I've done coaching calls with, I've learned so much from them too. It's been so cool getting to know them, being a part of their journey. So selfishly, I've been trying to, learn from all of you, from everyone, and grow myself in my own business. So those are some of the reasons that I do Laundromat Resource. And man, I got to tell you, I've been enjoying every second of it. Not all of it's been easy, but pretty much all of it's been enjoyable to one degree or another. So, one of the things I get asked all the time is, how do I learn this business? How do I grow my business? Kind of what I was just talking about, like, how do I find people who can help me learn the business, maybe almost like a mentor or something like that. And I think that's a really great question. And here's what I would say to you. First of all, people have opinions about everything. And I want to just encourage you, first of all, when you're learning the business for the first time, or you have a business and you want to take it to the next level, just be a little bit selective about who you listen to, because people have opinions on everything, and who you listen to matters. So make sure that the person that you or people that you're listening to know what they're talking about, at least to some degree. They have some experience. They've done what it is that you're trying to do, because I hear a lot of people giving advice who have never done the thing they're giving advice on. This is not just in the laundromat industry, but all over the place. I'm sure you've experienced this too. There's so many experts out there that have never tried the thing that they're an quote unquote expert on. So that was the first thing I wanted to say. But if you're really trying to, and here's a good reason that I wanted to talk about this question, is because almost all of the podcast guests that I've talked to after the fact, which is all of them, almost all of them have told me, man, people reached out. It was so cool. A lot of people, reached out to me and asked me questions, and I've connected with them. I've been able to help them, or there've been so many, I've been able to help all of them. So good on you guys for reaching out to these podcast guests, for all of that. But I want to give you a little bit of advice, on how to kind of stand out in the crowd. If you find somebody that you really want to learn from, you find somebody that you really maybe even want to partner with, something like that, lead with value. Lead with something to offer. Now, you might be feeling like, man, I don't own a laundromat. I don't really know a ton about the industry. How am I going to, contact one of these podcast guests who, owns a bunch of laundromats, who's a laundromat millionaire,